What's up everyone, welcome back to the shop. You can admit it, you've got a junk drawer. You know that drawer that's just kind of a log jam of crap? Let's see if we can make something out of it. This is where things go to die. I've got cans of stuff and more cans of things, and there's some stuff in this, and then there's some whatchamacallits in there, and there's gotta be something we could use. We got some of these. These are like leaves to a table. You know, like you have a table and you flip a portion of it down. So maybe those, cool. Pointy. Some random bolts. All right, I got some table leaf hinges. I have some assorted bolts, which might come in handy. I found these. These are part of a sprinkler system, I think. They're brass caps, but I like that they already have a texture on the side, so they might be kind of cool for turning something. So I've got obviously two different sizes of those. I found this thing that's really pointy. I don't know what to do with it, but it was pointy. I thought it was cool. I don't know what I would do with this, but it has a spring in it, so maybe something from that. And I found this thing, which looks like a bolt from a car. I don't know, maybe an automotive strut? I don't know. Based on what we found, I'm thinking maybe like a cell phone holder, something with like an articulating arm. So let me mill up some wood. This is the pretty side of my hinge, and it's supposed to mount like this, but I want the arm to articulate this way, and this side looks ugly. So I'm thinking maybe I can take this and embed it in the block, and then the whole thing would be hidden. But this metal plate is really thin, perhaps thinner than a thin curved blade. So I'm thinking circular saw blade. My metal plate can fit in the slot, but I need to cut some sort of channel so this arm can fit into. That way this can, you know. Fits good. I don't like that you can see the curves here on the side. So what I think I'm gonna do is extend this curve all the way down, and then I can make that like an inlay. To make my pieces pivot, this is what I'm thinking. I've got a threaded insert that I found, and I can screw this car bolt into that. And I have my sprinkler knob here. I can screw that on the other side. And then if I tighten this down, then hopefully it'll give enough friction so that those boards lock in place, and I loosen it up and they'll move. Hopefully, maybe, I don't know. I got the bottom, my bracket fits in like this. I cut a notch on the first arm, so that would go in like that. And then I have my threaded insert over here. This piece just has a regular through hole. Okay, moment of truth. If I loosen it, ooh, okay, it falls. Tighten it. Ha 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 ha. All right, so two things. I need to be able to attach these brackets into this slot and into this arm right here. And I don't want to have any screw showing. What I think I'm gonna do is just epoxy that in there, let it dry, and it's not gonna go anywhere. I need something that will hold my phone. So I can either have it form-fitting around the phone or have something that clamps onto it. Now, if I do form-fitting, then, kind of prevents me from getting a new phone if it's not the exact same size. So I'm thinking of doing a clamp. I just got to figure out, well, how do I do that? I found a couple of these latches in my junk drawer, and while these are cool, I don't really need the latching aspect, but they do have this cool spring here on the back side, and that might give me the tension that I need. Uh-oh. There you are. I was trying to figure out, how do I make this spring stay in that block? And then I thought about it. I got a ton of these nails from my junk drawer, and if I put those through, it kind of holds it perfectly. So what I'm gonna do is just make a little block, a cutting block, and stick this nail in there and take a hacksaw and cut this off, and that'll make a little bit of a little dowel. Then I can drill a hole in my block and I can epoxy that in, and that'll hold my spring in place, and I'll do another one on the phone back. I got my spring, I got my cut nail, fits in there, and then it can fit in this hole that I drilled into our holder here. I also put slots on it. That's just gonna help out later on to try to keep this thing against the foam plate, I think. I hope so. I found a bolt that fits pretty good into this slot here, and then you can't really spin it, which is a good thing. That means I could put a nut on the back side of that. So I'm gonna loop this through my spring, stick it through the backer hole, tighten it down. Actually, it works. I was trying to figure out how to make my phone spin. Now, I found this really gnarly bolt anchor thing, maybe from Brick. So drilled a hole in a block. I figure if I hammer this in there really hard, screw this thing in this, try to attach this other thing that I found in this, theoretically, that could possibly work. My phone holder works. That's cool. Now I think the last touch for this is I need some sort of base that allows me to move the whole mechanism front and back to help distribute the weight, depending on how you turn all of this stuff. So as far as something that would allow me to slide, I'm thinking a dovetail. far as the performance goes, I would say it's okay. The hinge down here is not really made for holding this much weight, especially whenever it reaches way out, but it does okay. And then as far as the project goes, I think it's a huge success. I think you're either born with some sort of creativity or you have to really build up those skills. And the best way to build up those skills is just to get in your shop and mess around and come up with something cool or goofy, whatever. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, consider subscribing to the channel and maybe check out this other video here too. Until we meet again, get in your shop and build something awesome.